The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
You dropped your latest album, West Syd Story, 2016, towards the end of 2016.
December, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Tell us a bit about the record, and in particular, you got tracks on there with Hopson and with Cormega.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some big US names.
Yeah.
Tell us how those collaborations came about.
Well, the Hopson one was, he came out when he was, I think it was his first or second tour. Because I remember going to his first tour. He did a show, Bald Face Stag in Sydney, and the place was half empty. Like, he was still up and coming, but he's been here probably 4 or 5 times since. And on his last show, he was selling out the Enmore, which is 3,000. So he went from pulling 150, 200 to 3,000. So it's amazing. But when he came down, he used to come to our studio. Because we had we used to have artist meet and greets. I used to come down a couple different ones, and he came down. He was in his early stages, and he did a track. Dizzy Wright did a track, and Jared Benton did a track to 3 separate tracks, and the track was just sitting there for ages. You know, I ended up interviewing Hopson later and all that stuff, and then we just ended up making it happen. We didn't want it to go to waste. The original beat was made for me, so it just made sense for me to do it.
So, did you have in-studio sessions with Hopson?
I wasn't there. I was there when he recorded it, but I didn't do my verse that day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did it like that. That verse came out. He did that just after he dropped the Raw album, which I think was his second album. So it's an old verse, you know what I mean? But it's just been sitting there for so long, you know what I mean? Like, and we still got more tracks in there. But the Cormega one, we did that together. We did he did a Sydney show. I got to talking with him, and he ended up being, the promoter fucked him around, and he ended up being stuck in Coogee for like 3 days. So I was like, fuck, man, you need anything, let me know. And he's like, what are you doing? Da da da. Let's do a track. I picked him up, took him to my friend's studio, did it, and then I think it was like torrential rain in Sydney around then. And the next day he hit me up, what are you doing? Because he was in Coogee, he didn't know, like, this promoter's put him in the middle of the beach. He didn't know enough. I said, look, I'll come get you again. Took him back to the studio, let him record some other shit. But we hung out for like 3 days, I think. Took him around Sydney, showed him a few things, and yeah, it was good. Because I grew up listening to Cormega. He was like a street rapper that was pretty technical at the time, pretty smooth, and he had that shit with Nas, and I always preferred him over Nas because he was more, to me, he sounded more authentic. Nas is a good rapper, but I doubt he's living that life. He's more on the radar, but Cormega's been in jail for armed robbery, guns, and all this shit, so I'm sure he's been amongst it. And he was a cool dude. He's a humble guy, and very smart guy.
And so do you still have relationships with Hopson and Mega?
Well, Hopson's hard to get in touch with. I haven't reached out to him. I've got friends that I can reach out to him, not a problem. Call Mega, I just hit him up on Twitter. He'll message me back straight away. Like, he's looking at coming back out here soon. So I just hit him up and said, I dropped that song and we hit number 2 on the iTunes chart in Australia. And he's like, yeah, man, congratulations. And, I'm looking to come back out there soon. So sweet, we'll be in touch.
Now, in terms of the whole record, the whole album, West Syd Story, I mean, in a nutshell, tell us what the record's about.
Well, I feel I had to stamp this West Syd shit because I've been repping it for so long, and it's starting to become a bit more popular, a bit more known. It's even like a genre of rap now, West Syd, and that's what when I started out, people go, what's your music? I say, West Sydney rap, you know what I mean? Because it was the stories that I was seeing around me that were different to anywhere else in the country, probably similar issues going on, but the rappers in the city from Sydney weren't rapping or saying or interacting with the shit that I was doing. So I had to do it because no one before me had done it. There's rappers from the West, but they were different. And like, I was just saying too much shit. I was like, man, I didn't have to bite nothing or make up anything. There was just so much there still is so much to go through. Like, there's a lot of issues, I usually rep West Sydney shit on the mixtape a lot, but when it comes to the album cuts, I very rarely touch on it because I like to make music more for everybody. and not just be like, this is West, because from the East ain't going to listen to some West shit. But this one, I just went, fuck it. And I still didn't rep. I didn't go hard. I did one song called West Syd Story, and there's a few references within there, but it was just more an attitude, a style. I'm just saying, this is it. This is mine. This is what I'm doing. So at the end of the day, when they bring up West Sydney rap, my name should be the first one they mention.
The lesson. Oh, yeah.